When you need to create a stop point, a pause point, or a trigger point for a graphic within Vizrt Artist, we can use what's called stop points. And within the stage, we have a series of buttons here which are grayed out at the moment to create stop points or pauses within a graphic. So to demonstrate this, we'll use this within a lower third setting, and we're just going to create a quick lower third. So I'm just going to slide a group down here, and we'll just call this L3 for right now. We'll go into the built-ins, and why don't we just grab a rectangle. The rectangle has its own built-in color generator, so we'll turn this use vertex colors on, and we'll come up to the upper left square here, and we're just going to do something blue. And I'm just going to grab that blue square, drag it down and copy it to another one, then highlight my lower left square, and we'll click on a different blue shading here and then just drag that down as well. Okay, so we have a quick rectangle with a color here. Now I'm going to spread it out to make the width a little bit, so I'm going to use the rectangle editor, and I'm just going to spread the width out to, let's say, 500 maybe, and maybe the height down to 50. And with the rectangle, you can also bevel the edges, so we'll just bevel the edges here a little bit too. Why don't we just do that to 10. Now if you want to do a little more and add a stroke to it, we can do this. So we'll just copy this rectangle, we'll come up to this rectangle editor, turn the use vertex colors off, and we'll actually go back and grab our expert function, and I'm going to drag this onto our second rectangle, and I'm going to click on the expert, go into its editor, and click on outline, and just increase the outline here a little bit to 2. Okay, so now we have a outlined rectangle. So now I'm just going to move this down lower part of the screen, and I can turn on my TA and SA buttons to see whereabouts is safe, and that looks good right about there. Now we're just going to create some text. So I'm going to go into my server, grab some type of font here. We'll drag a font down. So we'll just use Arial. We're going to line up our font, put it right over the lower third, and you may just need to increase the Z space up to 1 or so. So let's put some text within our lower third, and you can color the text if you want. Okay, now we need to animate this lower third. So I want to bring this in from the left-hand side. So I'm just going to use this topmost group to animate it in. And I'm going to start all the way over here on the left. My timeline is at 0, so I'm going to hit Set Key. I'm going to move my position over here to 0 again, and I'm going to hit Set Key. Now our lower third animates in, but I also wanted to animate out. So what I'm going to do is just advance my timeline again to 120, and we're just going to move this off to the right hand side. So I'm going to hit Set Key again, and when we hit play, the lower third just comes in and goes out right away. So now we want to go back and add our stop point. So I'm just going to go into the stage button, and I can click either on the stage or click right on this animation icon on our topmost group, and it takes us to the stage timeline. Here you can see as I move my timeline, my red bar. So this is whereabouts where I want it to stop. So I'm going to make sure my red bar here is right where I want it to stop. I'm going to highlight my director. It says default. This is our director. And when I highlight the director, you notice this little upside down triangle became active. So now I'm going to click on this add stop or tag button, and wherever my timeline bar is, the red bar, that's where it's going to go. So I'm going to click on that, and it adds this little upside down blue triangle with a black line going down. This black line is affecting this animation. So this is where it's telling this keyframe to stop. So when we come over here and hit play, it comes in, it stops, and now we can hit continue, and the graphic goes out. Another way that we could have approached this is, let's say we were back, and I'm going to completely get rid of my animation, and we're just going to use this topmost group again to animate it. I'm going to rewind my timeline, and we'll reset our lower third. So I'm just going to go again to the left here, and this is where I want it to start. So I'm going to hit Set Key. I'm going to bring it in to the right to right about 0 again. I'm going to hit Set Key. Now I can go right into the stage and do the same thing, and this time I'm just going to copy the keyframe. So I can just highlight my first keyframe here. I'm going to hold down the C key, and I'm going to drag this keyframe right over there to the right past the second keyframe. So that when I hit play again, it comes in, we hit continue, and it goes out the same way this time. If we wanted to adjust this keyframe and make it go all the way out to the right instead of the left, we could just click on it and type in a number here. We could just say, let's say 700 perhaps, and we'll hit play again. It comes in and it goes out.